Okay. So yesterday I was explaining you about. I was explaining you about exception. An exception is basically an error that occurs during the execution of a program. As was shown in this example, okay, you can see that numerator value is 5, whereas the denominator value is 0. Okay, compiler, as I told, is like your English teacher who is not bothered about the content, who is bothered only about the grammar. Okay, because the compiler looks only at the grammar, it will pass this statement. That means it won't show you any error while you are compiling it. Okay, but however, we will get this exception when I execute the program. I get this exception, right? So during an exception, what happens? An exception results in abnormal termination of the program. Okay, so we should see that the program is not terminated abruptly, that is in between. We want the program to get terminated in such a situation in a smooth manner. So that is called as exception handling. The exception handling mechanism of Java comprises of 5 keywords, namely first one try, catch, throw, throws, and finally we have finally. Of these 5, I told you, I explained you try catch blocks, wherein what type of statements do we write within the try block? Okay, we try to write those statements that may or may not cause an exception are written within the try block. Only during an exception, see, when do you visit a doctor? You visit a doctor only when you have a problem. Okay, so only when there is an exception, okay, in the statement, okay, in one of the statements present in the try block, control will be transferred to catch block. Okay, if there is no problem in any of the statements that are present within the try block, then the catch block is skipped. Okay, similar to you approaching a doctor only when there is a problem, this catch block is like the doctor. Okay, doctor's treatment is necessary only when there is a problem, okay, with the patient, correct? So such statements that may cause an exception are written within the try block, and those statements, if they are causing an exception, they are transferred to the catch block. Okay, so this way I can come out of this particular situation. Otherwise, had I not written this try catch blocks, the computer would have got stuck at this particular point. My okay, intention is to pull out the computer from that particular situation. So for that purpose, I am using a catch block immediately after the try block. Okay, so now, okay, let us have a look at the different valid combinations of try catch blocks we will see here. Here in this okay, syntax, you can find a single try being followed by a single catch block. Okay, so this catch block is executed if and only if there is any problem in any of the statements present in the try block. Only when there is a problem, the catch block that comes immediately after the try block, okay, will catch that particular problem and the problem is solved. Okay, this is first valid combination of try catch blocks. We have other combinations also as shown here. A single try block may have multiple catch blocks as shown here. Okay, so it is similar to this. If you are visiting a hospital, you will find more than one doctor who is expert in treating a specific type of a problem, right? So likewise here, say problem 1, there is a doctor to solve problem 1, there is a doctor to solve problem 2, and so on. Okay, there is a problem, there is a doctor to solve problem 3, and so on. So based on what type of, say you have some general okay, general problem you have, say you have a headache, you are going to a hospital. Okay, in the hospital, in the nursing home, you may find a gynecologist, Will you visit for your headache? Will you visit a gynecologist? No. There can be a skin specialist. Okay, will you visit a skin specialist for your specific problem? No. So based on the problem, you will go to that particular doctor who can solve that particular problem. So similarly, though there are more than one catch blocks present after the try block, based on the problem that is being found in the statements that is present in the try block, appropriate catch block control will be transferred only to an appropriate catch block. So Dr. Sidare and Helbutu, you will not visit each of them. Okay, you will not visit each of those doctors because they are present in the hospital. So based on your problem, you will visit only appropriate doctor. Likewise, okay, you are going to the control will be transferred to only one of these catch blocks. This is another valid combination of try catch blocks. We have another combination, okay, wherein you will find try catch followed by a finally. So this is necessary. Say for example, you want something to be done compulsorily, whether there is an exception or there is no exception. Let us assume, okay, suppose that you have written some statements in the catch block. Let us assume you have written some statements in the catch block which you think compulsorily have to get executed. What happens when I am writing a try followed by a catch? Okay, so the catch block is executed. The catch block is executed if and only if there is a problem found in the try block, right? If there is no problem in the try block, the catch block is skipped. Directly control will be transferred to the statement X that comes immediately after the catch block, correct? So catch block, okay, may be executed or may not be executed. It all depends on whether the statements present in the try block are causing problems or not. So those statements, if you are trying to write, which you feel have to get compulsorily executed, those statements may not be executed at all. So in such a case, those operations will not be performed. So in such a case, what you are supposed to do, you are supposed to write such statements which you think they must compulsorily get executed. Such statements you can place within the finally block. Okay, so immediately after a catch block, so try, catch, and a finally. What statements you are writing? So you see now, let us assume now there is a problem found in the try block. So control is transferred to catch, and then control enters the finally block. If there is no problem in that in any of the statements present in the try block, then okay, catch block is skipped, it is not executed, but still control comes to the finally block. So irrespective of whether the statements present in the try block are causing problem or not causing problem, the statements present in the finally block are always executed. So such statements, say statements such as closing of a file and other things. Say for example, you are trying to perform a write operation on file. Okay, that statement you have written within the try block, and closing of a file is necessary. Okay, after all the operations, if that statement, if you have written in catch block, what can happen? If there is no problem, okay, this operation will be skipped. So I do not want that to happen. I want that closing of file to be done compulsorily, irrespective of whether there is a problem or there is no problem. So in such a case, such statements I can place within the finally block. This is another third valid combination of try catch blocks. Okay, so we can also have a finally coming after multiple catch blocks. Okay, we saw try, catch, and finally. In this syntax, we can find a single try followed by multiple catch blocks, and then I can have a finally statement. Okay, so if there is a problem, okay, in the try block, then based on the problem, one of these catch blocks is executed, and later on control will be transferred to the finally block. If there is no problem of any sort within the with any of the statements present in the try block, then both the catch blocks are skipped and control will be directly transferred to the finally block. Okay, so sometimes, okay, it is also possible to write a single try followed by a finally. There need not be any catch blocks at all. Okay, there need not be any catch blocks at all. But if you simply write a try which is not followed by either a catch, multiple catch blocks, or finally, or multiple catch blocks and a finally, if you simply write a try and you will not write any other structure, it results in an error. So you should be very careful while you are using the try block. So try block must get terminated with a single catch block, with multiple catch blocks, or with a single catch block and a finally, or multiple catch blocks and a finally, or simply try block should be terminated by a finally block. Okay, so these are regarding the basics. Okay, now sometimes you do not want to handle, you do not want to write the try catch blocks. Okay, but still you want to solve the problem. Okay, that is, say here C is equal to A slash B is there. I don't want to write that. Instead, okay, I want still that problem not to persist. Okay, what I can do is I can simply write throws. Okay, where is this statement present? It is present within the method main. Okay, you must see in this example the statement causing the problem is present inside main. Okay, if suppose this statement is present in a method called as void show, then besides that method you are supposed to write throws. Okay, besides that method you are supposed to write throws. The throws class, okay, throws and name of the exception you can mention. Okay, and one more thing I forgot to tell you last class. Okay, is what I forgot is, okay, you need not write the name of the subclass. Ade specialist atrane hogbeku anta enu illa. Sometimes for any problem of yours you can also visit a general physician. That means for all of these subclasses, Nino arithmetic, actually the type of exception that is thrown is arithmetic exception, but you need not call it arithmetic exception. You can simply call it, okay, exception. You can simply call it exception. Okay, so even in the catch block, instead of writing the entire name arithmetic exception, you can simply write exception and the exception object. Okay, so this is an alternate way of executing of handling the exception. See, the first option is to use try catch blocks. Okay, that way you can solve the problem. The second way is to use throws clause. Okay, where should I use this clause? Besides the method, it need not be main. In this example, okay, it is a main method. It need not be main. It can be any method. Okay, this is the problem that is causing the problem. This is the statement that is causing the problem. So this statement is present in which method? In this case, it is present in main method. Okay, if suppose it is present in a method called show, if this statement is present within a method called as show, besides that method you have to write, okay, the throws class. This is second way of dealing with the problem. Okay, so then I have the throw clause. So we discussed about try, we discussed about catch, we discussed about finally, we also discussed about throws. The last exception handling mechanism which we have not seen so far is the throw clause. Okay, so the throw clause is used to explicitly create a problem. Okay, see here in this example I did not create any problem, but if sometimes I wish to, you can tell me, you can ask me, sir, why is it necessary to create a problem? Okay, when the problem is not there, why is it necessary to create a problem? Say for example, fortunately or unfortunately, you all become software engineers tomorrow. Fortunately for you and unfortunately for them who hire you as software engineers. Unfortunately na avrige ಅದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ಅಥವಾ ದುರದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ. ಓಕೆ, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತಮಾಷೆಗೆ ಅದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ಅಥವಾ ದುರದೃಷ್ಟವಶಾತ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ. Fortunately or unfortunately, if you all become software engineers tomorrow, you are working for the company. You are asked to develop a software product. Okay, so ನೀನು ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ ಡೆವಲಪ್ ಮಾಡೋವಾಗ, okay, you do not want that product to be used by somebody without making the necessary payment. ಅಂದ್ರೆ licensed copy of your product na ಅವರು ತಗೋಬೇಕು ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಿನ್ನ ಉದ್ದೇಶ, ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? You do not want somebody who to pirate your product and use it. ಈಗ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀರಲ್ಲ ಪೈರೇಟೆಡ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ಸ್, okay, you do not want others to use your product without that license. So ಅಂತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನೀವು ಕೆಲವು ಸಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ, you want to create problems for such people who try to pirate your software. So ಅಂತ ಟೈಮಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು what am I supposed to do? I am supposed to create problems. So how can I create problems? By making use of the throw class. Throw, see ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳಿದೆ, ನಾನು ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋವಾಗ, okay, how do I create objects? Say for example, I have to create an object, okay, x1 is equal to new x brackets semicolon. This way I will be creating an object, correct? So this is one way of creating object. Second way of creating object is I need not write the LHS, directly I can write the RHS, correct? Now also an object is created for x, but that object will not have any name. If that LHS is there, okay, it will have the name. Okay, now this has the name x1. The object, this is the object. The object has the name x1. Okay, when that LHS is there. When LHS is not there, like this, okay, still an object is created, but it will not have any name. So I had told about this, okay, in my previous video, right? So here what am I trying to do? By when you see this kind of a statement, what does it mean? Okay, you are trying to create an object for this particular class, whichever class is there. For that class you are trying to create an object. So I said whenever an object is created, whenever an exception is created, what will happen? Whenever an exception is thrown, what happens? An object of that particular class is created, and it will fill all that error information, exception information into that object, and that object will be thrown, correct? So normally speaking, so now also you want to now create a problem for the user. So how can you create? Just create an object for the exception class. Okay, so when I am writing this, an object for the exception class is created and a problem is created. So how to throw this problem? By using the keyword throw. Okay, whether you are creating the problem or the problem got created automatically, that is in this example, okay, the problem got created automatically. I did not do anything. Okay, just I wrote a statement like this, but I had to face that problem, that is arithmetic exception problem, correct? The problem got created automatically, whereas now instead of this statement, what I will do is I will write throw new. What is the problem that I want to create? Arithmetic problem I want to create. Arithmetic exception. I can write some string. I am arithmetic exception, something like that. Because that constructor, okay, that constructor accepts a string object. So I am using a parameterized constructor of whenever an object is created, you all know what happens whenever an object is created, corresponding constructor will be invoked. That means for the class arithmetic exception, there is a constructor that accepts a string. So I need to pass a string. So now see, I did not write a statement like int c is equal to a divided by, I did not write. Still I could create an object of, I could still create the problem arithmetic exception. In either case, whether the problem got created on its own or I am explicitly creating the problem through the use of throw, in either case I need to handle. So how can I handle? I need to place this statement. Problems ಅದಷ್ಟಕ್ಕದೇ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಥವಾ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ನೀವು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡ್ರು, ಎರಡು ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ you are required to solve the problem. So how can we solve the problem? See, now this throw must be written within the try block, and okay, for this try block I need to write a corresponding catch block that would catch the exception. Catch, I can write arithmetic exception ಅಂತ ಬರಿಬಹುದು, ಅಥವಾ ಜನರಲ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ ಹೆಸರು ಕೂಡ ಬರಿಬಹುದು. ಸಿ ಇದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಓಕೆ, ಎವ್ರಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಮಸ್ಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಲೆಟರ್ ಅಟ್ ದ ಬಿಗಿನಿಂಗ್. ನೋಡಿ, ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಸೊ ಅದು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ದು ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್. ಐ ವಾಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ ವೈಲ್ ಡಿಸ್ಕಸಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕನ್ವೆನ್ಷನ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ಡ್ ಬೈ ದ ಡೆವಲಪರ್ಸ್ ಫಾರ್ ದ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೇಮ್ಸ್. ಐ ಹ್ಯಾಡ್ ಟೋಲ್ಡ್ ಯು ದಟ್ ಎವ್ರಿ ವರ್ಡ್ ಓಕೆ must have a capital letter at the beginning. So this is a class name ಆಗಿರೋದ್ರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಅರ್ಥಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಇ ಅಂತಾನು ಬರೀಬಹುದು. ಸೊ ಬರೀ ನಾನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಬಿಟ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಓಕೆ, ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್. ಓಕೆ, ವೆದರ್ ದ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಗಾಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್ ಆನ್ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓನ್ or you created the problem, in either case the problem has to be handled. How to handle the problem? Just make that statement a part of the try block and write a corresponding catch block. So okay, the problem would get solved. Okay, so this is about the try block. Okay, now you observe here I am trying to use throw, and the problem that I am creating is an existing problem. That means arithmetic exception is not something new that I am creating. Arithmetic exception is already there. Okay, they have already defined a class called as arithmetic exception. Suppose I do not want to make use of an existing exception. Instead, I want to create an exception with my name, nir exception. I want to create a new exception called as nir exception. So this problem I need to handle. So is it possible? This is called as user defined exception. So if I need to use my own exception, okay, a new exception with my name, if I want to create user defined exception, what I need to do? I need to define a class. Andre ee class ivaga illa illi, I need to write a class, okay, called class nir exception, and this should be a child of the exception class. Okay, all arithmetic exception or array index out of bounds exception, all these they have defined all of them as what? Children of the exception class. So you also are required to okay make this okay class a child of the exception class. So ee tara madbittu, so you can use a parameterized constructor. ಸಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಇನ್ವೋಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ? ವೆನೆವರ್ ಅನ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟೆಡ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಇನ್ವೋಕ್ಡ್? ಕರೆಸ್ಪಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್ ಇಸ್ ಇನ್ವೋಕ್ಡ್. ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ? ಐ ಆಮ್ ಟ್ರೈಂಗ್ ಟು ಪಾಸ್ ಎ ಸ್ಟ್ರಿಂಗ್ ಆಬ್ಜೆಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಡೂ ಈಸ್ okay, I am trying to pass a string object. So ಅಮ್ಮ ನಿನಗೆ ಏನ್ ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯೋ ಅದನ್ನ ತಗೊಳಕ್ಕೆ ನೀನು ರೆಡಿ ಇರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಈ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಒಳಗಡೆ in a class called as nir exception, I will try to create a constructor that accepts a string object. Okay, ನಾನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಇಲ್ಲಿ I am Niranjan exception ಅನ್ನೋದು ಯಾವ ತರ ಅದು? What type of a value it is? It is a string object that I am trying to pass from here. So to receive this, I need to receive this into okay a string object only. So ಇದನ್ನ ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಸುಮ್ನೆ ಸೂಪರ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬ್ರಾಕೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಸ್ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಸೊ ವಾಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪನ್ ನಾವ್? ಸೊ ಇಟ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ಪಾಸ್ಡ್ ಆನ್ ಟು ದ ಸೂಪರ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಕನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಟರ್. ಸೊ ಸೂಪರ್, ನಾನು I have already discussed about the three uses of super keyword. Super keyword can be used to invoke base class methods, can be used to invoke base class constructor, can also be used to invoke base class fields. Correct? So second use of super keyword is to invoke base class constructor. ನಾನು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ, base class ಯಾವುದು, near exception ಗೆ base class ಯಾವುದು, exception. So they have already created the class exception. That class has a constructor that accepts a string as a parameter. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ಬರೆದಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನು simply what I will do is I will simply pass this string to that base class constructor of that is the exception class constructor ಗೆ ಕಳಿಸ್ಬಿಡ್ತೀನಿ ಆ string object ನ. Okay, so that's it. Okay, now we will see here in this program what did I do. I just created a new exception, okay, with some name. So whenever you want to create a new exception, what are you required to do? Observe this particular part. You need to define a class with that name. ಯಾವ ನೇಮ್ ಇಂದ ನೀನು ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೊರಟಿದೆಯೋ, with that name you are required to define a class. And point number 1. Point number 2, it must extend the exception class. Point number 2. Point number 3, it must have a parameterized constructor. ಆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನ್ ಬರೀಬೇಕು, you are required to write a parameterized constructor that accepts what as parameter, that accepts string as parameter. Then what statement you must write within that constructor, ಅದ್ರ ಒಳಗಡೆ super ಅಂತ ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು the received parameter ಯಾವ್ದಾದ್ರೆ ಇದೆಯೋ ಆ parameter ನ you need to pass to the super class constructor. So if you do this, okay, the program is done. So what I will do now, I will just save this. I will go to the command prompt. Okay, so what is the name that I have given for this file, edemo. So I have to compile and run this particular program. I'm going to the command prompt. Okay, d:/java c edemo.java edemo.java. So I'm trying to compile the program. The program is getting compiled. I should not get any errors. It is trying to give this C I am trying to display, which is not there. I did not do any changes. I had to remove that statement. So that statement got removed now. So I saved it again. Now I am coming back to the command prompt. Here I am compiling the program. The program got compiled. Java edemo. Okay, that is the name of the file I gave. So you see, okay, you did not get any problem. Okay, here why I am not getting any output here means I am not trying to handle this exception by writing any statements in the catch block. So catch block doesn't contain any statements. So how to say that the control has entered the catch block? Okay, enter ಆಗಿದೆಯಾ ಇಲ್ವಾ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡೋದಕ್ಕೆ what I can do is, all I can do is I can just simply, okay, print the object. Okay, object name ಬರೆದ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ exception object ಯಾವುದು, the name of the exception object is E. I am trying to write, okay, so E here. So what happens now? Let us see. Let me compile it again. After any change that you do to your program, you need to recompile. I am compiling. So after compiling, I will now run the program. You see, okay, I am Niranjan exception ಅನ್ನೋ information ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ. So ಇದು ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾಚ್ ಬ್ಲಾಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಔಟ್ಪುಟ್ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಏನು? when is the control transferred to the catch block? Only when there is a problem within the try block, control jumps to the catch block. See, the problem, I am creating the problem through the use of throw. So ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನಾನು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ನ ಸಾಲ್ವ್ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಂಡಿದೆ because I have written the catch block. Okay, so with this I have demonstrated you the use of the procedure to create our own exceptions. So procedure is very simple. There are a few programs here, okay, I have explained. So throwing your own exceptions. Here you see I am creating a new exception called as, okay, my exception. What did I do? I created a class with that name. And point number 1, Point number 2, it must extend the exception class. That means it should be a subclass of the exception class, and the class must contain a parameterized constructor that accepts what as parameter, string object as parameter, and what should be the statement that you should write within the constructor. You must write the super statement there, that wherein you are passing that value to the super class constructor. So this is the procedure. Okay, once you do this, here in the example, as you can see, I am not using try catch block. Try na nanu try block al bardu adikkondu catch block barililla. I used the other way. That is, what did I do? I used throws, and throws ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ನೇಮ್ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀಬಹುದು. Either I can write this exception name, or directly father's name I can write. General physician, ಯಾರು ಜನರಲ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್? ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸೆಪ್ಷನ್ ಗೆ ಜನರಲ್ ಫಿಸಿಷಿಯನ್ ಯಾರಪ್ಪ? Who is the general physician for any type of exception?
Exception.
You can simply write exception there. Okay, so this is